Você que vai escolher isso, você que vai, né? O jeito ela leva.
Every time she be in the academy, she feel comfortable. It's not an obligation for her. And that's, I think, it's amazing for us, you know. That's the sport coming with the life for us. Você gosta de treinar comigo? Fala alguma coisa aí. Gosta de me bater? Quer mais? De me derrubar? She like to beat me up, that's the problem. I don't like to train with her too much. Aí, Megaton, vai dentro aí porque dieta Gracie. Como cada refeição eu como 2, 3 mamões. Vou pegar a baratinha ali. Tá bom.
Mas quanto leva?
Deixa no crack.
Ó, dá, pode ir, pronto. Tem meu filho freguês, né? Tudo pra fechar.
Aí o teu morango, ó, você tá de olho no morango, tá vendo?
Eu?
Obrigado, agradece ele aí. Valeu, meu querido.
Aquele abraço, tchau.
Preparou, hein? Empatou a distância. Vai! Vira. Vai na chance dele, vai. Agora, vai. Isso, vai. Vai, isso. Vai. Isso. Vai. Vamos pra mão direita, vai pra força. Agora. Isso. Vira rápido, Cesar. Vai. Isso. A opção é sua. Vambora, vai. Isso, tá acabando, 10 segundos, vai. 10 segundos, Royler. Aperta, Cesário. Vai. Maravilha. Só bloqueio, mete na cara. Vai. Vai, tá rodando. Vai. Tira, conduz ele. Negócio é o seguinte, câmera, joga um 2. 2 entrou, já tá ali. Isso, vambora. Vira rápido, Cesário. Isso, vai. Aí você tá melhor, porque com tempo. Isso. Vambora, vai. Tá. Incorpora a situação. Vambora. Isso. Faz a distância que te interessa. Agora. Isso. A opção é sua. Vambora. Isso. Vambora. Vai. Isso. Vambora. Vai. Maravilha. Respira. Isso. Sai daqui, Cesário. Vambora. Vai. Isso. Isso. Gira, César. Isso. Bora. Isso. Tempo. Maravilha. Maravilha. Olha. Atenção. Uma sombra de 1 minuto. Atenção. Agora. Vai. Cria tudo. Vai. Isso. Vai combinando. Foge pra cima dele. Tecnicamente. Vai. Simula. Bora. Bloqueio duplo e alternado. Vambora. Vai. Isso. Tempo. Maravilha. Maravilha. Respira.
Box, it's a very, very big help for me, you know. I'm coming from a ground technique, a jiu-jitsu, you know, and every time I try to have some preparation for fight, I try to bring Claudinho and at the same time box with me to the ring because they help me a lot, you know. I never expect to change punch and kick with nobody, but they give it to me a little idea, at least with what coming, you know, what the guy throw me, what punch he gonna throw me, and that's the idea I train in boxing, and that's the big help he give it to me. And besides this, how I make me myself safe, you know, in each move, the time I'm stand up. And make sure, of course, make me keep my game close and close to get something I'm looking for, you know, and put the guy on the floor and do whatever I want, you know, choke, armbar, footlocks, you know, and then I've been home. My training box is consistent at least two times a week, you know. I wish I can do a little more, but I have a lot of things to do. I need to lift weight, I need to running, I need to train jiu-jitsu, I need to train clinch, you know. But at least 2 times a week, I be training boxing. It's a lot of exercise besides the defense and punching, you know. It's a lot of cardiovascular, you know. It's very good for me to be here. Okay, I have a big pleasure to be with this man because he's one of the head corner in Brazil and boxer. I think one of the best boxers, you know, trainer in all over the world. And then I be with him for a long time. And then actually not me only, but Renzo, Ralph, you know, everyone do the no holds bar in Brazil today. Don't come without Claudinho to the ring. That's what we say in Brazil. That's the man. And besides this, he's a good jiu-jitsu too, you know. You can choke him if you want.
O treinamento do Royler sempre foi feito na parte de pancada com o objetivo não do Royler trocar pancada com outro lutador. Foi sempre com o objetivo do Royler defender o ataque do adversário, entrar nele e levar para o chão, que é onde o Royler é bom. O Royler, desde quando eu acompanho ele, a vida dele como lutador de jiu-jitsu, lutador de vale tudo, ele sempre foi um lutador guerreiro. Luta com lutador com 30 quilos a mais do que ele, já perdeu luta, já ganhou luta e sempre se demonstra um lutador valente, um lutador guerreiro. E no vale tudo, mesmo aos 40 anos, lutando com um lutador de 30 anos, com 10 anos a menos, ele mostra uma qualidade de raça, ele mostra empenho, ele mostra dedicação. É um indivíduo que dá a vida dele dentro do ringue. E para mim, é muito bom treinar um lutador assim, porque é um lutador guerreiro, é um lutador de um bom condicionamento físico. Ele pode até perder uma luta, mas ele perde a luta ali com garra, com determinação. E ele tem isso com o pouco peso que tem. Então eu acho que o Royler hoje, ele não tem que mostrar mais nada para ninguém. Ele já é um lutador que, como lutador de jiu-jitsu e como lutador de vale tudo, ele já tem o nome dele na galeria dos melhores lutadores desse país.
That's, I I do every day. Have a lunchtime with my family. That's the best. Nós 5 almoçamos juntos quase todo dia. Ver como é que foi a escola, como é que estão as notas. Eu só perco aqui, eu tô em minoria. Eu tô com 5 mulheres.
Não sei, pô, é ruimzão, né, ver todo machucado.
Bom, ainda bem que eu não me machuquei muito, né?
Não, mas, pô,
Eu ganhei mais as lutas do que perdi, mas dá nervoso?
Eu não gosto, né? Acho que vai machucar, porque o meu tem que machucar. Normal, eu fico nervosa, esperando ele me ligar com o resultado.
That's my favorite boards because that's a present from Hawaii. My friend Kai tell the guy, say, hey, give the present to this guy. Like Bruce Iron, give me this, and Angie Iron, give me this. And this is a Pedro Bataclin from Rush. It's my favorite shape, you know. Bruce, Angie Iron come into my fight and say, hey, I need to give you something, man, because I never have the emotion I have in my life watch you fight. And then he gave me the board. I really appreciate. Aloha. Jiu-Jitsu changed a lot the relationship all over the world. And every time I travel, I make a new friends. And especially because I like to be involved in the water and surf, you know. And then I be a lot of times in Hawaii. And then I met one guy, Kai Garcia. He's a very special guy. He treated me like a king over there. You know, he's a black belt, training jiu-jitsu for a long time, and then he started to teach the guys over there. And that's a good relationship, you know, jiu-jitsu give to everyone, not only in Brazil, but, you know, all over the world, like I say, and make you have a good friends. If you train jiu-jitsu, if you're a black belt, if you're a surfer, if you like to train, and then if you go to Hawaii, you already have a place to train. You know, actually, not only Hawaii, everywhere. You know, just bring your board, bring your gi, and go training.
Tá ajoelhado? Vou começar em pé aqui com ele. Só quero que segura ele aqui, ó. Se eu quiser fazer o gancho, não quiser fazer o gancho, vou fazer o gancho nessa aberta. Eu vou marcar com esse pé aqui, vou puxar ele. Uma para um lado, eu vou correr pro outro. Ele vai só ficar parado aí, enrolando aqui. Puxei ele, vamos lá, tem que esse vento aí, ó. Vamos lá, para o outro. Vai. Não, você vai puxar para você. Aí, ó. Agora não pode funcionar, é o seguinte, às vezes eu tô aqui, eu puxei ele, abriu, vem cá, sai daqui, ó, já vem sentando direto, amassando no triângulo aqui, ó, pegando no triângulo. Depois vem atrás do braço dele, meu, fecha a perna e põe pro braço. Em vez de eu ficar preocupado em querer trazer ele de volta e com o braço aberto, ó, já entra aqui direto, ó, joga pra cá, já vem caçando, marcando no triângulo. Vamos lá, vai. Mas se alguém quiser descansar, pode descansar. Vai! Well, it's always a pleasure for me to be in the academy. It doesn't matter, I already have a fight coming pretty soon, you know, but I don't like to be so far from the academy. And of course, I'm not teaching all the class, but I like to be involved a little bit and teach, you know, this, for me, this is having a good time. I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad to born the family I born.
do something I really like. This work for me is not work. Actually, it's work, but something I really enjoy.
Nice conditioning.
20 days, 3 weeks before the fight, and then I'm already in my way, you know, like all my life. This is beautiful, you know. I don't need to lose weight, just eat a lot, and jump in the ring and fight. So end the train, end the day, tomorrow you're coming back. Well, it's very important for me, you know, because that's the only time I relax. The time I jump in the water, and then I have a new vibration for my muscle, you know. And in Brazil, it's good because you have the water, the ocean, and then you have the mountains. Sometimes you go in the waterfall, it's beautiful, you know. And then you can run in the mountain and go in the waterfall. You can run in the sand, and then you have the ocean. It's everything good, you know. It's very, very comfortable for us. It's very important, you know, you mix everything.
Fez um round de 8 minutos. 8 minutos e meio. Well, I've been working with Royler for the last 4 years, and it's very easy to work with him because he's a natural-born athlete. He's not a very strong guy, he's not very muscular, but his endurance is amazing. He's almost 40 years old and just fighting like a kid. Like he's training in the academy with students about half his age, as well as them. It's impossible to fight and not be tired. You'll be tired by the end of the first round. Everybody does. By the end of the first round, both fighters will be tired. The one who gets better for the second round has an enormous advantage. We try to simulate a round or 2 or 3 of the movements that could happen in a fight. So the difference of fighting on the ground and stand up and go to the ground again, and some isometric movements, some explosive movements. We were working about 7 to 8 minutes. We make a break of 2 minutes and another round of 7, 8 minutes. He was about 160 by the end of the first round, and when he came back for the second round was about 99. It's a very important drop of the heart rate, and it will be important in the fight. Royler has a tremendous, amazing recovery from the first to the second round. It's very important.
O meu papel estipulado é treinar a parte de chão do Royler, mas eu tento ir um pouco além disso. Porém, eu como membro mais antigo da equipe, no sentido de estar mais tempo com a família, eu procuro me colocar numa posição de técnico, diferente da posição de treinador. Essa parte do lado emocional do lutador eu me preocupo muito, porque eu acho que ela é a mais importante de todas. Então, todo treinamento é em vão se naqueles 15 minutos que antecedem a luta, o lutador não estiver bem concentrado e bastante calmo, sabendo exatamente o que ele vai fazer. Porque, na verdade, na hora que ele pula as cordas, ele está sozinho lá dentro, entendeu? A estratégia do Royler, eu procuro fazer de acordo com o que ele já faz desde que ele nasceu. Sem dúvida, o Royler de kimono e sem kimono foi o maior competidor que a família Gracie já produziu. Ele tem um espírito dentro dele, um espírito competitivo muito forte. Você vê hoje em dia que o Vale Tudo virou um show para televisão. E você vê nos próprios alto-falantes dos estádios pedirem ação. Não é mais uma luta em que o lutador pode mobilizar, fazer um peso correto, desgastar o cara com esse peso e, através desse peso correto, dessa mobilização correta que ele faça, induzir o oponente ao erro. Isso praticamente é difícil de se ver hoje no Vale Tudo. Quer dizer, o show mudou, a dinâmica da luta mudou. Não mostra aquele que carrega dentro dele um conhecimento maior de arte marcial. Então, às vezes você tem um lutador clássico em uma arte marcial que às vezes não consegue, com essas regras, subjugar o outro simplesmente com a arte marcial dele, porque as regras não deixam mais.
You need to know. They give it to you, a gi, and they give you a ball. One day, you realize the ball is gone, and then you only have the gi. Could be old gi, but you still use and training, and that's how you grow up in the Gracie family. This is a very pleasure for us to be here, to training, to having a good time, to laugh, to play with each other, And sometimes in home you have some problems. Say, let's go to the match. I saw Hicks and Half one time. They start talking, they start maybe change punching, kick a little bit, and then they train for 1 hour inside the room, the living room at home. You don't realize, in the end they kiss, they hang each other, they cry sometimes, say why, it's something nice, That's how you're gonna be at the time you're born in the Gracie family, Every problem is right here. You need to walk in and say, hey, let's get it on. In one of my first tournaments in Jiu Jitsu, my father coming to me one time and said, hey, come here. If you win, I give you $10. If you lose, I give you $20. And then I look at him and say, hey, understand, you know, in the moment I say, hey, what happened? And then in this tournament I lose. I don't know why, you know. And then he gave me $20 and then I got a silver medal. And then I said, why he gave me more money to lose? And then later I understand, it's not because the money, it's not because the medal. This to make you more comfortable. In the family, they never try to push you to the tournament, you know. That's making me so happy, you know. The time I grow up in the family, like I say all the time, they give me the ball and they give me the gi. And then we start playing soccer, and then one day you realize you lose the ball, and then you start throw and choke, and you know. And then the same thing, they not force you to be a teacher. You learn first, and then one day you're gonna be a teacher, and then the next step, what the next step? If it's a no holds bar, okay, let's go to the next step, and then no holds bar, and then start training for no holds bar. But never tell me, say, you need to go to no holds bar. Actually, the time I'm a little kid, I'm watching, you know, Rickson sometimes. That's I say, hey, maybe one day I'm gonna be there, you know. But there's nothing like I need to be there, you know, because the family always support. They always try to be nice and say, hey, do whatever you want. The time I'm a little kid, I'm training with Hollis, you know, and then I absorb from him, you know, his style. And then after Hollis, I go with Rickson, you know, and Rickson a lot, and then I take a lot from him too. But the aggressive style, I take from Hollis, you know. Try to be on top, try to be aggressive, try to finish the guy. My father is the head of the family, you know. And always I talk to him, and the last fight I have is say, hey, run into the guy, push him, put him on the floor and finish. I say, yeah, that's good. In the family, we have Rickson, Royler, Enzo, Ralph, Ryan, Rodrigo, everybody involved in MMA, no holds bar. And then we have the new generation. They start to grow up, and then they start to put their head and see, hey, I'm here too, you know. Like Roger is gonna be a champion for the next 10, 20, 30 years, I believe. You know, because he's heavy, strong, you know, and a good head. That's very important. You have Akira, you know, what a sweet girl, you know, very good technique. She's go far too, you know, she's young, you know, a lot of to learn, you know. And then we have a Chrome, that's a Rickson son. It's a little boy, 17 years old. He's gonna grow up pretty soon, and then you're gonna give a hard time for everyone. That's how I grew up, you know. Before I start to walk, I already trained Jiu Jitsu. Actually, the time my mother pregnant, I